Okay. Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one, the only Sheree Zampino.
Are you going to put like applause in the background? Will you do that for me?
For you, we're going to put applause. We're going to put bells. We're going to put whistles.
Love it.
What is going on? How is Beverly Hills doing today? How's LA?
Well, LA is, it's sunny, it's beautiful, it's not too hot, it's not too cold. This is perfection for me. I like to wake up in the morning and it's not too hot. You know, you've got a beautiful breeze, and then gradually the sun kind of peeks through the clouds. That's what today is. It's perfection.
I love that. I'm in the Hamptons for the summer, so it's the same type of, making a reference to New York because I know you spent your time in New York. It's the same thing in the Hamptons. You wake up and it's like cool, and then it gets warm, and then it gets cool at the end of the day. I'm like, I love this.
I love that because I like the season. I'm a seasonal girl. Like I like fall, so it gives me fall in a day. Basically, all the different changes it goes through. I love it. I love it. It's like my love language.
I like that. Do you miss New York? I mean, I know you went to FIT. Like, do you ever miss New York?
Made me curse. That's a no. I don't. I was from upstate New York. Okay, so let me say this because I don't want to throw Schenectady under the bus, because I went back last year to surprise my father for his birthday. And when I tell you, it was just like I couldn't wait to get out when I was there, and I left at 16. That's when I left Schenectady. I graduated early, was gone, couldn't wait. And then when I went back, I was like, this is quite lovely. And it was actually the first time that I ever drove in Schenectady. I didn't know how to drive at 16. I didn't learn to drive until I was 21 out in California. So it was crazy. I took my dad and I just drove around the city. I'm like, it was charming. And I forged a new connection and a new relationship with it. So, but I don't miss it.
I mean, you're in California and LA, like, why would you miss?
Exactly.
Well, I know you went to FIT. Like, were you always into fashion? Are you a fashion girl?
I am. And it's funny because I've tried to deny myself and just like, it's just superficial and I'm above the fashion and I'm over it. And you can't. If it's in you, it's in you. And, as a little girl, like I remember my mother taking me to school shopping, and I would naturally gravitate, David, to the most expensive thing in the store. And of course, she would always make a joke out of it. But I think I love quality. I love, I love couture. I love high fashion. I just do. It's in my blood. I love it.
I get it. I mean, it's like fashion represents your personality, right? Like you really could. Some days I want to look this way. Some days I want to look this way. Some days I want to look high end. Some days I want to look low end. It is what it is, right?
Options, right? It's self-expression, and then from the designer standpoint, it's like it's creativity. It's art in motion. That's what it is. It's art in motion. So, yeah.
Well, you also have your ShereeElizabeth.com online boutique, and you started Whoop Ash Body Butter. How did this, where, out of all the products that you could start, where does Whoop Ash Body Butter, where does that idea come from, Sheree?
Let me tell you, it was so bizarre. I like to think of myself, I've got a lot of layers. I'm complex, I'd like to say. Not hard.
What's your sign?
Scorpio.
Okay. I'm a Gemini, so we've got a lot going on here.
We've got a lot of layers. So I actually started with honey. First of all, I love to cook. So you're talking about 2006 is when I kind of started the process many, many years ago. Love to cook, found this white honey at my church, at the church cafe, and love the honey. It tasted like, to me, I normally don't like the taste of honey, but it tasted like the icing on the top of a cinnamon roll. When you get the package of cinnamon rolls, and got the little container of icing, that's what the white honey tasted like. So I said, I like to cook. Let me try to create some recipes with this white honey. So when I was Googling and looking up honey recipes, what was coming up were spa recipes. So recipes for the body. So I'm like, okay, because honey is a natural humectant. It's been used for thousands of years in skin, royal like royalty used, when you go back to Egypt, they use skincare to preserve the skin and take care of the skin. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I got out my big old gumbo pot. I still cooked, literally. I cooked up a body butter. So I got a lotion base. I just started ordering stuff, online. I got a lotion base. And then of course I had the white honey, natural shea butter from West Africa, beautiful golden shea butter, which doesn't really smell the best, but I mean, I got rid of the smell with it's amazing. Got rid of the smell with the other ingredients and just started to give it away. And one of the people I gave it to was Jada. And Jada was like, this is amazing. She's like, I know products. She's like, I'm a product whore. I know product. I'm quoting her. I know products. And she's like, this is a business for you. And I said, well, no, maybe I'll just give it away. Cause I wasn't thinking about a business then. Cause Trey was still, my God, he'll be 30 this year. My son. Wow. Is mind blowing. 2022, but 2006, I can't do the math that fast. What is that? 16 years ago?
Yes.
16 years ago. So I wasn't thinking about no job, honey. Child support checks was coming in. I was good. Mama was good. Okay. And I felt like my main responsibility was to take care of him, and it was, and I'm grateful that I was able to do that. But anyway, eventually started the business. And it went well. I was overwhelmed by it because I didn't consider myself a good businesswoman. I'm creative all day long, but the business aspect of it wasn't so enjoyable. So this is now fast forwarding, this is 2015. And if I'm talking too fast, you can slow me down.
No, I find this all, I think we have Jada Pinkett Smith to thank for this Whop Ash body butter.
Listen, I'm telling you. And so anyway, I took her advice and I put it on the market and people loved it. And but the hard part for me, had a great product, but it was, like I said, the business kind of went against the grain and it wasn't so enjoyable. So in 2015, I kind of let it fall by the wayside, but I kept up all the intellectual properties. Maintain the trademarks, all of that, the website domain, kept that current. And 2020, pandemic hits, everything shuts down. And then you start to reevaluate, your life, and you can really sit and think because you can't do anything. What are you going to do? You can't go out. You can't do anything. So, yeah. All right, let me take this as an opportunity to recalibrate, to, dig in and to really maybe get to the root of some of my stuff, and I lost faith in myself as a businesswoman. And I'm a very spiritual woman. I start every